Welcome, robot combat enthusiasts, to another electrifying episode of Havoc Rundown, the podcast where sparks fly, metal clashes, and the thrill of robot combat takes center stage. I'm your host, Justin, and we're diving headfirst into the heart of the mechanical mayhem that is NHRL. From Titanium Titans to Steel Gladiators, Havoc Rundown is your front row seat to the adrenaline-pumping world of robot combat. Whether you're a seasoned engineer, a casual fan, or just someone who loves to smell bot carnage in the morning, you're in for a wild ride. Each week, we'll be dissecting the latest bot battles, breaking down the strategy that led to victory, and interviewing the masterminds behind these robot combatants. We're not just talking nuts and bolts here, we're delving into the stories behind these mechanical warriors and the genius minds who bring them to life. Expect exclusive interviews with NHRL's brightest stars, behind-the-scenes stories that will leave you on the edge of your seat, and an expert analysis that goes beyond the arena. This isn't just a podcast, it's the Havoc Rundown. I'm not alone, though. Joining me this episode, our master of facts and statistics, it's Ryan Hunter.
Oh, I thought that was Gil, but I will take that title.
Our master of facts and statistics.
Oh, okay. I'm a subcategory of Gil. That works for me.
Yes, yeah. Subcategory of Gil. Yeah. Our master of builder relations is Ashley Beckman.
Oh, that was a cute one.
Our master of gotcha journalism, it's Thomas Carroll.
All brakes, no gas today, baby.
Our master of cage management, it's Tony Baker.
It's air control. I'm here.
Yeah. Our special guests, the masters of tap outs and the wizards of show motion, it's Gwen McGuire and Libby Albanese.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
And now let's introduce our MC for this episode. It's me. I've been here all along.
You stole my joke.
Hi, Justin.
I did say no. You stole. What's his name from Dropout's joke?
Yeah.
I just stole it from
Sam's
you.
joke.
Sam's joke. There we go. Sam Reich. Let's do quick news. G-Scroll, which is our sister competition in New Jersey, was held June 2nd and 3rd. There are 3 weight classes they do that compete in this event: Beetles, Ants, and Plastic Ants. The winners of each of these weight classes are: in Beetles, first came Comet. Second place was Prince. Third place was The Fool the Third. In Ants, Lilliputian, I'm guessing is how that said, was in first. Lobot was in second, and Violet Flame was in third. And in Plastic Ants, Dust Devil took first, Block of Cheese, awesome name, took second, and MC Hermie took third. And the only other piece that we wanted to cover in news was our August NHRL event was canceled and swapped over to September 14th. So if this is the first time you're hearing about this, please reach out to Gil, because there is no longer an August event.
If you show up in August, nobody will be there.
Yeah, nobody's going to be there.
We'll have a campfire in the parking lot.
I'm so glad someone told me.
Yeah. It's that thing of saying it on Discord and thinking that the entire community is on our Discord, but you know. So Ryan, you are bringing back one of our favorite games. We are gonna switch over to our game master Ryan to play another version of the name game. So take it away.
Guys, this is something that we did when we interviewed Jake Hoffman. I'm bringing back the name game. This is name game round 2. So the way this game works is I am going to give you all a category of bot names that I have a huge list that includes every single bot that has ever participated in NHRL. Gil is a wizard and has given it to me. Out of that, I have found specific groupings of names. And I am going to give you 4 names, and you must find the one that does not belong, the one that I made up that fits in. It is a pretty fun game. I'm going to give you the list in the chat as well, so you can see it. But I'm going to read them out, and then we're going to go between Libby, Gwen, and Thomas to see who can find within the next 3 categories the wrong bot name. All right.
I've never been more ready in my life.
Before you start, I would just like to say, since you brought up Jake Hoffman's name, that Ryan is also wearing his Pepe Kitty Miser jersey, and so you just need to know that.
And you're wearing your jersey as well.
Ryan is channeling
always-
channeling that
Yeah.
Jake Hoffman energy.
Yeah, Jake Hoffman
Go to
energy.
maximizermerch.com.
All right.
I gotta say, I don't think this is gonna go great. I feel like I should get extra points for being newer.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's okay.
All of your points will be multiplied by 1.25.
I'll tell you
I'll
what.
take it.
I'll let you go last, and you can see what everybody else says.
Oh, there you go. Process of
better.
elimination.
Okay.
There we go.
We'll
That's a
start
little
with
better.
Thomas each round. We'll go Thomas, Gwen, Libby. All right. So
Wait, I'll get my I'll DM them.
is
to you.
everybody ready? Yeah.
Let's get it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
So ready.
So, the first category. Fire has become a big deal at NHRL, and there are a ton of bot names named after hot things. But do you know these chili competitors? So, the names will be Frost, Iceblade, Arctic Assassin, and Absolute Zero.
So it's Frost, Ice Blade, Arctic Assassination, and Absolute Zero.
Yes.
Arctic Assassin.
Okay.
Arctic Assassin.
Yeah, Frost, Iceblade, Arctic Assassin, Absolute Zero. And to all of our listeners, feel free to play along at home.
Some names that are included in here, but I didn't say, are Glacier, 30 Below, Avalanche, Crimson Snow. Those are actual bot names. But
Okay.
the ones
One of those.
I'm locking in
is
my
not.
answer.
Okay, Thomas is locking in his answer of Thomas. What's your answer?
Wait, do I
Yeah,
say
just
it?
say
Or do I
it.
give
Yeah,
you
go,
the
go.
street?
It's an audio medium, Thomas.
Well, I don't know if they're locked
Okay.
in because what if because
Well,
my
let me
answer
be
could throw them off.
Yeah.
It's the honor
Yeah,
system,
say your name.
Thomas.
All right, Thomas.
Yeah, but my answer's probably
What's
wrong,
your
so
answer?
I don't know what I influence. It is Ice Blade.
Okay, Thomas is Iceblade. Gwen.
Well, Thomas said that he's probably wrong, so I think I'm going to go for Arctic Assassin.
Okay, Gwen goes with Arctic Assassin. Libby.
I'm gonna go with my gut, which is apparently with Thomas on this one. So Iceblade is also my guess.
Okay, all answers are locked in. The correct
All answers
answer
are wrong.
is Arctic Assassin is made up.
Bruh.
Arctic Assassin is not a bot name.
Damn.
1 point
But
for
wouldn't it be
Gwen.
such a good one?
Yeah,
I'm
it
the
would.
best
Yeah,
there
it
ever
would.
was. Nobody will ever kill me. I will never die.
All right. So the second one is one of our favorite teams at NHRL is the team Honeycracked, and they have a certain naming convention they usually follow. Can you find the fake bee name?
Can I just make a note that Ashley is laughing her ass off right now and
Yes.
Ryan hasn't even started yet?
Yes.
Thomas, if you get this wrong, you are in so much
I will say not all
I'm gonna
of
be excommunicated.
I will say not all of these are actual Honeycracked members. It is not Honeycracked members. It is bee names. Okay.
Oh, okay. I can get that wrong
Yeah.
then.
But most of almost
Okay,
every
go.
single one is a bee name. All right, so we are going to start with Nitro Hornet, Busy Bee, Hive Lighter, and Queen Bee.
Locked in.
The answers, the bot names, once
The
again,
bot names.
are Nitro Hornet, Busy Bee, Hive Lighter, and Queen Bee. Actually, Thomas, I want Thomas to go last here.
All right,
Oh,
I'll go first.
okay,
We'll-
Libby.
We can switch it back around.
Okay.
I have literally no idea, so I'm gonna go with Nitro Hornet.
Okay. Libby goes with Nitro Hornet. Gwen.
I can't remember ever yelling Queen Bee
Okay.
right before a match, so I'm going to try that one.
Okay. Thomas.
I'm locked in with Queen Bee.
Okay. So the made-up name is Queen Bee. Thomas.
Let's go!
Thomas keeps his Honeycraft membership. We're good to go.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like that's
them for teams.
So I
There
have
goes my chances.
I have one last category to go. I have a whole bunch more. We could play this all the time. I've been going through this list. It's great. So, going through this list, one of the most popular naming conventions that I found is after food. There is 50 bot names that I found that are all in the category food and beverage. Some really fun ones is like apple turnover, chicken nugget machine, frozen pancakes.
It's like I've definitely reffed apple turnover.
Yeah.
We had a breakfast fight.
Yeah, we
I think
did.
it was like scrambled
Yep.
eggs
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
versus like French toast or something.
Oh, give me that one.
Tomato soup, of course.
Sounds like a splat.
All right, so a subcategory I found within food is pasta shapes.
Oh
God.
At least 3 of these are actual bot names: ravioli, penne, rigatoni, and fusilli.
Ooh. This is a really tough
I feel like
one.
all of these sound super reasonable as
You're
bot
gonna have to
names.
post the text because I'm gonna spell all of these wrong.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I need to like channel the power
Once
of my
again.
Italian friends.
There was a few other Italian-ish things, but these
I
are
just-
all bot names.
But before
I
the
just,
answer, I've
penne
got to
just
know.
seems so boring as a pasta.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I
Whoa,
love a
whoa.
good penne. I love a penne, but it is a basic. It is like a white
Yeah.
T-shirt of
Yeah.
pasta.
It's reliable, is what
Exactly.
it is.
I agree.
As a former Italian chef, like an Italian restaurant chef, yes, penne is very boring. It is. It's the like everybody knows what penne is. All right. Once again, ravioli, penne, rigatoni, fusilli. Thomas, would you like to go first?
I would. And for the same reasoning that Libby was saying, I went with penne.
Okay.
Because ravioli, rigatoni, and fusilli would all be awesome robot names. If you name a robot, this is gonna be someone's robot name. But you know what? Hot take. If you name your robot Penne,
We're gonna laugh.
there are way better pastas you could have picked.
Think of the possibilities.
Gwen, you're no longer allowed back.
Finally, I'm free. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're part of the pit table now.
I don't know if this is a hit or not, but one of these, the name was due to the way that the robot drove.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Those drive really silly.
I feel like a corkscrew situation could be a fusilli.
Yeah. Gwen, what's your answer?
I think I gotta go against the grain, and I gotta say ravioli.
Against the grain.
Okay, ravioli. Libby, what bot?
Ravioli
What is
sounds just so familiar. I have to go with penne.
Okay. Actually, Libby and Thomas are correct. It is penne.
I got
Here was
something
my
right.
thinking. Here was my thinking. I went with penne because it was like very bland. I was like, oh, somebody named it penne. I mean, like it's penne, but you guys found it.
You know what?
I mean,
Big
hey,
shout-outs
you're the chef. You know your
to
pasta
the
shapes.
3 robot builders that named the robots ravioli, rigatoni, and fusilli. You are heroes.
We salute
Yeah.
So I
you.
will say, I would like to propose tagliatelle as the next one, but
I like that. That's really good.
That's a
So,
good
that's
idea.
great.
if nobody remembers Fusilli was Joe. Why I'm blanking on his last name.
I know the guy.
Smee's still.
Yeah.
Fabiani.
Yes,
Fabiani,
Fabiani. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't hear you
Yeah.
correctly, Ashley.
When you say
Joe
that's a silly
Fabiani, and it
robot name.
was because it has the corkscrew. It was a corkscrew.
yeah.
Yeah.
I once built a robot that did a corkscrew drive. It did like a little wave thing. It was fun.
Whoa.
You ever see those I think it's like those snails or those fish underwater that
Yeah,
when they swim
cuttlefish.
around they look like I think it is a cuttlefish.
It is
Yeah,
a
but they've got, like,
cuttlefish
the
because
little
my
ridges on
robot
the
was based
outside.
off a cuttlefish.
Oh, that'll do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good game. Good job. Very cool. I hope that we revisit that because, like Ryan said, there's so many different categories, so many different bot names.
It's
Our
a fun
builders are amazing at naming their robots interesting things. So
Do you know who made ravioli, by the way?
it sounds so super familiar. I knew that was one because
Doesn't
I
it?
remember calling it.
Yeah, it sounds so familiar.
You super duper should know who made ravioli.
Oh, it's
I'm
Corey.
horrible with
It's
those
Corey.
drivers'
Corey made
names.
ravioli.
okay.
Oh my
I'm horrible with drivers' names, so
Wow,
Okay.
you lose your synthesis
Sorry, I'm sorry.
membership now.
Okay, cool.
Corey,
So
I'm sorry, I thought your bot name was fake, Corey.
Synthesis after you. You better watch it, Gwen.
On my ankles.
Gwen betrayal.
Okay, our teams event happened on the June 1st, where we had teams of 3 bots competing together. The preliminary fights were all live streamed, but as we all know, the final bracket fights have been redacted for the time being. Due to our obligations, we are not able to discuss anything after the live stream has ended. Sometime in the near future, this information will be released, and we will be able to go over the winners For this episode, we'll be going over everything that happened before the live stream ended. In order to help us with this, we brought in 2 of our amazing referees. We will get to know them and the job a bit better. But first, let's see where they stack up in our superhero lineup. How about we do that? So our icebreaker question, I know, Libby, you're not familiar with us. I don't know, Gwen, if you've ever heard an episode and know what the icebreaker question is, but this is open for both of you to answer. If you could be given a superpower, but it has to be an off-brand weird superpower, so something not like flying or speed, but something weird, what would it be? We've had one of our favorite examples was the first person to ever answer this was Sam, and he shot maple syrup out of his stomach. So that's just one example.
Question.
He's a sticky man.
Clarification question. Is it like, are you thinking like weird off-brand like maple syrup out of your stomach, or like an everyday superpower?
Well, it could be anything.
Use it whenever you want.
Just not one of the ones that you see in like Marvel or DC, like the normal.
Yeah, and off-brand.
Pretty much nothing anyone's ever said before. It's got to be your own superpower.
Gwen, you gotta go
Who's
first.
got a superpower?
Why do I gotta go first? You know what? You're right.
Name starts with G
You're right.
and
I should take charge as a head referee and
Yeah, you're the head ref, you're the
lead my
leader.
crew.
I just follow in your footsteps.
You should follow someone else's footsteps.
Probably, but here we are.
Hey, you could be the super referee.
She's the one
Oh, yeah.
with the trench coat.
I'm-
Fastest tap out in the West.
The ability to unstick instantly.
Oh gosh, I think one thing that I thought about a lot growing up was like just never really needing to like look for something, and not in the sense of like, oh man, I remember where things are really easily, but like more the sense of like, if I need something, it's just in my pocket, but sort of the right thing. Like, oh yeah, I need an eraser right now. Awesome. Oh, I need a little bit of spare change to
Since
just
when do you need spare change? What era are you living in?
Look,
When you need
the
spare
town of
change,
Norwalk, Connecticut is very traditional. I paid with doubloons today, all right?
Damn.
Just having like a pocket that you can just be like, you just reach into, and it's just whatever you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the thing from D&D.
Except it's always a little bit short. The eraser
Bag of
is
holding,
one down
that's
to the
it.
middle.
Yeah.
The change
It's
is
got an
like 5
infinite
cents
bag
short.
of holding.
Yeah.
Whatever she says.
It's an eraser, but it's like just worn out enough that it's like a real pain in the butt to use.
I need
Like
some
a pencil,
thread
but it
that's
always
like
takes a little bit of time to, or like a pen to.
That's cool. I like
Libby,
that.
what's yours?
All right. I feel like if I was thinking of like a real superpower, I feel like teleportation would be ideal. And so my like off-brand superpower would be like, as someone who takes a lot of public transit and walks, like I don't have a car, so and whenever I hit like a walk sign, like a crosswalk, the walk sign immediately turns on. Or like whenever I get
That's
to a
a
bus
good
stop, the
one.
bus is arriving as I'm getting there, or the train is arriving. Like all of my public transit and walking is perfectly timed.
Can I change mine to Libby's? I like Libby's.
That's a really cool one.
Hey, you have perfect change almost every time.
You both thought of-
Wait, these synthesize really well because Libby and I can walk up to the bus stop and I can reach into my pocket and pay both our fares.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right,
perfect.
you're right.
So
Both of
perfect
you have,
timing
like-
and never have to pay anything.
Both of you have like serendipity powers, basically.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
You both have super
Everything's just going-
useful powers.
Yeah.
Things just kind of work out, which I think
I
does sum
love
up
that
being
things just
really
worked
well.
out for me.
Oh, that's very cool. I will add them to our pantheon. We were thinking about doing something with them eventually, like writing a comic book series where we have all of our weird superheroes.
Oh, for sure. I would get us everywhere by public transit. In 45 minutes or less.
I gotta see it saying to Maple Syrup Man, I need the bus now. Okay. Okay, so we are going to get to know you guys and the job of referee a little bit better. So we have a couple of questions. There's like 10 here. We'll go back and forth and ask them, and feel free to answer if both of you want to answer a question. If one of you wants to answer, just casual conversation. That's what we're having here. I will kick it off, and then whoever wants to pick up the next one as we go. The easiest one: how did you guys become a referee for NHRL? Tell us the story.
Gwen, you were first, so you can go first.
You're allowed. Oh, fine. So, oh gosh, this was in May of 2021. I actually started not reffing at NHRL, but I was actually no, the first thing I ever did at NHRL was bot wrangling. Back when we had like the old green room downstairs.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
And then the green room before that. That's where I was wrangling out of. So like all the pits were downstairs still. I remember like my first event going there because I had literally just seen some YouTube videos or something, and it was like, you know what, these people are hiring, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go on their Discord and I'm just gonna try to figure out who's maybe in charge and just DM them. So I just DM'd Austin. And I do not recommend that you do that today. Don't do that. I am not the case to look to for this, but like I DM'd him and he was like, you should talk to this other person about working here instead. And I talked to Ryan Saz about it. He was like, yeah, come by on the next event day, we'll find something to do. So I did that for a little while, and then they were like, oh, you want to try something different? Sure. Sold tickets at the front desk for like 5 or 6 events straight. And that was actually, Tom Farkas and I actually became like decent friends as I was just at the front desk before he was even a builder. And it was just really nice because he was just always this really chill guy to just hang out with outside of the event, but still at the event. And so, yeah, a lot of good memories with Tom. So shouts out Tom, of course.
Gwen, you really like paid your dues.
Look, you gotta work your way up from the mailroom in an organization like this.
I remember my first memory of you was coming in and you being at the front desk, seeing your Hypershock jacket and going, that jacket is awesome.
It's so awesome, right?
I get recognized in Norwalk, like walking around the streets, somebody's like, yo, is that a BattleBots jacket? I'm like, yeah.
They're like, come here?
Yeah. And so, somebody at a bar once was like, yo. Person. Yeah, right? So somebody at a bar was like, yo, I feel like such a nerd, I recognize that jacket. I was like, you feel like the nerd, I'm wearing it, bud. Like, what are you saying about me here? It's great though. But yeah, eventually just, I think Jimmy maybe, when he first came around, he was looking to find more folks to do like more reffing stuff. And I learned under Jim Haney, I'm pretty sure. And I've been a ref for a little over 2 years now, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, you haven't been a ref that much longer than me.
I've been around.
Maybe a bit longer.
Time flies.
My story is way worse. like
oh, no.
Gwen worked her way from the bottom up. I like hippity hopped my way in. I maybe about like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was getting drinks with my friend Jeremy, who I don't know if anyone knows Jeremy, but he's a cage manager.
He's the red one.
He was telling me this crazy story about how his friend from work dragged him to Connecticut and he ended up like wrangling robots. And he was telling me this crazy story about NHRL, and I was like, that sounds awesome. And you should bring me next time. 6 months later, I get a call from Jimmy. And I just get a random phone call, and Jimmy's like, so Jeremy says that you want to work here. And I was like, I guess. He's like, do you want to ref or do you want to cage manage? And I was like, I don't care. I'll do whatever. And I get to ask Jeremy to ref, and Jeremy said no. And so he was like, all right, cool. You're reffing next event. And so I just showed up. The first time I ever went to NHRL, the first time I'd even heard of it, I was reffing. And well, you're laughing like you didn't know this story. I know I was a BattleBots fan, but I didn't even know about NHRL. And yeah, then I just showed up, started reffing, and I am really competitive and like to be the best at everything I do. So I was determined to be really good at it, and so now we're here.
Awesome! Heck yeah.
How do you guys handle high pressure situations? Like big matches, being in the bowl and everything like that.
Yeah,
the bowl is so loud.
Rumbles.
The answer is be louder, I guess, in the bowl.
Yeah, that's a good, both literally and metaphorically, really.
Yeah, I feel like in the NHRL sense, everything about NHRL would be, I think, in theory, my nightmare. It's just loud, and there's clanging, and there's just chaos and lots of people. But I just get really in the zone, and so yeah, just like I'm just yelling and just like trying to like maintain control of the situation. I don't know, the stripes give you a lot of power, I feel like.
So what happens when a builder's being very aggressive and they just start yelling at you? What do you do to...
I get a little
Yeah,
stressed
put 'em in
out, not
place.
gonna lie.
The best thing I found is just you have to just be a rock in the middle of that then. Because
Yeah.
so before I was a ref for NHRL, I've also been a referee for like Olympic fencing for a while.
Oh,
I mean
wow.
Olympic like this style, not the level. I never quite got up to that good of refereeing, but
Still, a fencing referee. That's interesting. That's cool.
yeah, thanks.
Gwen's
yeah,
so cool.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, I did it all through college, and like it was a good way. Like if you refed at certain events, they would just like pay your registration for the next day and like give you a place to sleep and food and whatever, and pay you a little bit on the side. And like one of the very, very common things, of course, like everyone knows the stereotype of like really intense like little league moms and dads. Now imagine that, but they've also spent as much as you have to spend on like fencing equipment, and everybody's getting really, really like upset and in your face. And like part of the sort of tradition of modern fencing is like this sort of sense of decorum and being like very in control and knowing your stuff. Like there's a lot of exams that go into getting people cleared for reffing, and it gives you that confidence of like, hey, I know what I'm doing. Either I'm right or I'm gonna make it right. One way or the other, we're gonna get to the right conclusion. And trying to bring that same sort of stability to something as chaotic as NHRL can be. Like I find that it's helped me a lot in situations where things start to get heated.
Man, before my first event, I like studied that rule book like back and forth. Like I memorized that thing. Because I
You
was
might
just
be
so
the only
nervous.
one.
Well, because I'd never been to an NHRL event, and I was like, no one's gonna take me seriously. How are they gonna like? How do I know whether to tell them what they're doing is wrong? And so I got super determined to just be like super on top of it. I feel like gave me like a little bit of the confidence back. And then I just hid behind Gwen for a little bit. And
The whole connection with you were talking about fencing and them spending a lot of money. That's a good connection to like the robots and how much money go into the robots as well, and,
Honestly,
and how
yeah.
upset they can
Lot of
get when
passion.
something doesn't go their way.
Do people,
Mhm.
like, do the parents just start, like, freaking out on you?
It's more the coaches. I find that
Oh.
found I should say in fencing that I assume you're talking about fencing still.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we have. I
Yeah.
don't think it's as bad in robots.
I don't think we really
robots
have.
has been really chill compared to fencing, honestly.
Do we have any parents that really freak out? Like we have parents that come with their kids, but I don't think we have parents that really freak out like that. We've had
the
some of
parents
the
are the
pit
nicest
desks.
ones.
Yeah.
Well, we've had some at the pit desks that have been upset with like judges' calls and stuff like that for their kid
Yeah,
spots,
but-
but
Just talking
Nah.
about the judges.
not little league
Yeah,
level of
exactly.
like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a parent get upset with me about any kind of referee calls. It's usually the like more experienced builders who think they saw something different than I did.
I mean, are there anything like aside from like people yelling at you? Are there other challenges that you run into while reffing or anything?
One of the things that I find occasionally it can be a little difficult to keep track when there's like many different things happening at the same time. Like, of course, the classic example is like two multi-bots going at it and having to keep track of
Oof.
like many overlapping
pin.
pins and like, all right, well, this happened then and that happened this, and where did this bit of debris come from? Is this their own bot? Is this that thing? And trying to figure out exactly in the heat of the moment what's the absolute correct call to make there, and how do you stick with that,
And
or how
then-
do you show that sort of that knowledge while still being able to honestly keep up like a fair fight in the moment for both teams. So
It's tough
Yeah.
because it's all real time. You don't have time to really
oh yeah, and
pull
not
up
only
the
like
rule book mid-match.
yeah, and not even that, like the event itself is live. Like that's
Yeah.
something that we don't have the same benefit that like recorded format combat robotics does, where we can sort of like a lot of other competitions would be able to pause and make sure and have some deliberation and then go back in on something. But especially at smaller weight classes too, like all of that time is probably time that robots are on in the box, and then you're affecting a fight whether you know it or not.
Burn
Yeah.
the batteries.
Exactly.
True.
I personally get really stressed out by unstick just because unsticks are something we offer as a courtesy, and most builders really understand that. And there's occasionally some builders who take it as their Rob given right to get an unstick. And the people driving Brett, Flo, Fluffy are all just people driving a box, driving a brick around the box. And it's always difficult for me to figure out how long to let them keep trying to unstick a robot, especially when it's just like a weird situation. I know that's something that I always get really on the fence about, and just try and stay consistent with that one. But that's definitely I think one of the more stressful things for me.
So I don't know if you saw,
Discord.
there was a suggestion box discussion in the Discord actually today, the day that we were recording, and they were talking about being upset that people use the unstick when they know their bot is not moving to try and get that time until the match ends, and what we could do to solve that. And I did not know that was an actual problem. They're making it sound like a bigger... I was not aware of that. I read that and I was like, I didn't know that people were using the unstick as a way to extend their time. I was not aware that was an actual issue, but I'm sure you guys see that a lot more.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that.
I was about to give a decision, but then a example, but then I realized I can't give that example. So bleep out what I just said.
Well, I had one example where I couldn't tell you which robots were in the box, but one of them, we were having the button boxes were on the fritz, and I thought I saw one of them press the unstick button. And so I called the unstick thinking that they'd called it. And then at the end of the match, both robots were getting counted out. The other team used their unstick to try and extend the time so that they wouldn't get knocked out, because they were getting counted out in the last 20 seconds. And so then it became a whole thing of, did that first team actually use their unstick? Because if they'd used their unstick, they would have been counted out and it would have been an automatic loss versus going to the judges.
Right.
That's rough.
Yeah.
How does that even get solved? You have to ask the team, be like, hey, I know this determines if you won or not, but did you use your unstick?
Basically, the team originally got really upset because they told me they didn't use their unstick, and reffing had been like, oh, but I saw you press it, and they were like, oh, we were just pretending to press it so the other team would unstick us. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And yeah, It was one of those where just don't pretend to press the button box. It adds a lot. There's a lot of sensory things happening. I'm very focused on the fight. I'm also trying to guess whether or not you're pressing your unstick button.
Damn. They try to trick the other team. They just tricked themselves into a loss.
They just tricked me. But it ended up going to the judges and they lost anyway. It wasn't a big deal. But
there is
the result was the same either way. The result was the same.
There is a ton of stuff in combat robotics that is a lot of partly, I would say half don't be a dick, and the other half is do the right thing because it's the right thing to do kind of thing. Something like that is just why would you do that? You're particularly taking advantage. And the example I was trying to think of, I just double checked. I can say it. When B-Force was fighting Knockoff White used their unstick for 10 seconds so that they wouldn't be counted out, even though they were clearly showing no motion against B-Force at the last competition during the qualifying stages.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Oopsie, 30 pound.
Yeah.
I honestly don't see that as much of a that big of a problem. I mean, everyone gets the same 30 extra seconds of opportunity, plus or minus. And so whether you want to use that in the middle of the fight or at the end of the fight, is your prerogative.
Mm-hmm. I do wonder. I mean, that's something you could probably just solve away with it's the last minute of the fight. Unsticks are disabled or something.
Yeah.
Disabled. Well, because then it also disincentivizes people from I see a lot of people sometimes trying to gain more time before the unstick or the count out starts by just either not responding or sort of waffling between oh, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't.
Yeah.
And at that point, I usually just start counting, because then if they call for an unstick, I'll just stop counting. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
One of the suggestions would give you guys a headache, because it was
only one.
Well, no, it was. Well, no, just listen to this. It was if the robot is not showing movement and they ask for a count out, but the ref sees that they're not showing movement, then the ref should start in their head a 25-second count out, and then as soon as, or 35, I think, and as soon as the unstick is attempted, continue the 10-second count out after the unstick is done. Like you're supposed to keep like a running tally in your head as the unstick is being done.
Didn't you guys know I actually have a real-time clock running actually in my left armpit during every match?
As you were explaining that, I started hearing the music from Interstellar playing really faintly. I have to go
What if you
check
do
on my daughter
Inception?
from a bookshelf, dude.
What if you get
Jeez.
the Apple Vision Pro?
Spoiler alert, Gwen. Go on.
I'm sorry, spoilers for, what's it, like a 12-year-old movie at this point?
Oh yeah. That's like people getting upset that the Sixth Sense is like, oh, he's been dead the whole time. Really? You spoiled the
Spoiler
movie.
alert, Justin. Gosh.
Jar Jar Binks shot first.
Oh yeah.
This is not a safe podcast for movie fans.
No, but speaking of safety, are there any safety protocols that you have to keep track of and follow during matches?
All of them.
One of the things that I try to keep on top of, because I personally take it extremely seriously, is the protocol around arena breaches.
Yep.
Anytime that I see something going flying in a place that you know how there's some of those hits. Well, actually, let me back up a little bit. Being cage side for so long, there's very few things that happen in a box that make me like flinch outside of a box. Because like you get used to somebody getting a fork flailed off by like an undercutter, or somebody just roofing somebody else over and over again, like Lynx or Katie.
You kind of get
like,
used to the 30-pound robot flying into your face.
yeah, exactly. It gets old after a while. But like, what happens occasionally? There's just one of those hits that like something hits the Lexan and my stomach drops. I'm like, I have to check that out right now. I need to make sure that's okay.
Last event, and cut this if this is in redacted, but Gwen literally catapulted herself across across an entire audience. She did this drop and roll backflip to go across the arena to see if something was breached while I was rapping. It was crazy.
It was fine.
Well,
They made a short
That's
out of this one, so we can say it. Pepe did not go through the Lexan. We were fine.
Oh, that was when he got thrown up and
Yeah.
I know it's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the other one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
The Lexan got
then,
all sorts of Pepe marked up on it.
What was it? The Firebot. I can't think of his name off the top of my head now.
Dutch oven.
Yeah,
Dutch oven.
melted the 3-pound cage. Like literally.
Yeah,
melted.
we definitely have to replace that now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have to redact this entire conversation, don't I?
No, Dutch oven did not make it to the bracket. You were good.
It was okay. That was not during the bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
His last fight.
I'm pretty sure the Pepe one was in the
Pepe
No.
versus, wasn't it during?
That might have been in the bracket. That might have been the first one in the bracket. I'm not positive.
Oh, that's my bad then.
No,
Sorry.
Pepe
That,
versus
I mean, that's my
Vorion.
bad.
No, that was Pepe versus Vorion. That was Group B, 30 pounds. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
you're
was a
fine.
pre-bracket fight.
All right.
Who?
Damn you, redacted!
Just make sure that we check this with Gil. He's gonna be like, oh, well, actually, that fight
No,
was...
I looked and made sure because I remember that Dutch Oven did not make the bracket, so
Yeah.
I knew that had to be during the actual.
Oh, yep.
I know Gil is listening to this, and this is a note personally for Gil. We are being as careful as possible here. As careful as possible.
Oh, I have
Travis,
another
I love
note
you,
for Gil. Hi, Gil.
I think on the safety side, I think for me, like the big one is the moving robots when the cage doors are open, because for the most part, it's like a 3-year-old bumped the controller, or like a builder bumped their controller and the robot twitched, and that's like, don't do it again. That's fine. There was one time where the cage doors were open and I was like halfway in the box and a builder spun up their 30-pound weapon in my face. And then as I slammed the doors closed, trying not to get, attacked by this this giant weapon, it was like, one of those big spinners. It was a Ray Billings robot. Like, he drops the controller in the cage, with the transmitter like stuck on, and so the transmitter's in the cage, the robot is on, weapon spinning, and the robot's like inching towards the transmitter. And I just like real quick like open the door, grab it, and close it, and I'm just like one of the more terrifying experiences. This is I think my second or third event.
It wasn't a Ray Billings robot though, right? It wasn't.
Oh, it was.
Oh.
That's an interesting question, though. If the transmitter is stuck on and the transmitter gets destroyed, does that cut the signal?
It should fail
In
safe.
theory, I think the failsafe
signal.
would say yes, but
Okay.
Do you run into
because if you turn
fail-safe
the transmitter off, the weapon, everything turns off. So yeah, it should cut the signal. Yeah. Okay.
That's
There's
the true
been-
fail-safe test. You actually just
Yes.
throw your controller at the robot, and if it turns off, you pass safety.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's
This
your
is maybe-
safety test.
this
We
is
have a
maybe my
sledgehammer.
second or third event, and
Oh,
I
God.
like I was at that point I never met Ray Billings, and I was a BattleBots watcher, so I was like, oh my god, huge fan. And then I was like,
Tries
oh my
to kill
god,
his fans.
he tried to kill me.
It's how he shows affection. Don't
He
worry
felt
about
so
it.
bad. He
honestly.
was like, I'm so sorry.
Libby's tombstone. Almost killed by Ray Billings.
Hey, listeners, I'll get you back to the episode in a minute, but first I want to talk to you about something important. You have probably heard us talk about the robot merch we are wearing or seen teams at NHRL with some amazingly designed shirts and gear and said to yourself, wow, I would really love one of those. Well, you're in luck because a majority of the merchandise you are seeing is being made by Robots Ruin My Life, which is owned and operated by friend of the show, Anthony D'Ambrosio. This is a merchandise and customization shop specializing in robot combat team gear. Ever wanted to get your hands on a Ripperoni t-shirt or a Star Child jacket? Well, head on over to robotsruinmylife.com today. Again, that's robotsruinmylife.com for all of your BattleBots and NHRL merchandise. Check it out and let us know what team apparel you love to see in the comments. Okay, back to the episode. Who wants to take the next one? Thomas took like 3.
I don't even know how we followed that up. We almost died. Caught it, that's a podcast.
Alright. How do you stay up to date with the latest rule changes and regulations in combat robotics?
Bothering Rob mostly. Every
I wait
so
till
often.
someone sends me an email.
Yeah. I mean, we do have, before every event, we have a meeting where we go over every sort of change, whether it's something as minor as like, oh, hey, the safety looks like this now, or hey, here's what the new layout's going to look like, or if it's something more major, like, hey, we're going to reevaluate how this thing works, or oh, we have a new policy.
Or changing the fire lane.
Yeah, or like something that we added recently for the last event was like specific sort of almost like a DEFCON system for cage breaches to figure out like how do we determine whether something is like not damage that needs to be replaced right now, damage that we just won't use the cage and we'll replace it soon, like things like that. Like we do have staff meetings before every event to make sure that everybody's up to date on what needs to be said. But otherwise, like, I'm a Discord gremlin. I'm in there. I'm reading your messages.
I can't say that I'm a Discord gal. I got it because, and so I'm on there, but I don't have the cute little like ref thing next to my name. Like I'm incognito. And so I just kind of wait till Gwen tells me that something major happened.
Yeah.
And I feel like Gwen, we usually do like a fun little like 7:30 a.m. debrief on reviewing like the latest rule changes to make sure that we're both on the same page.
Yeah, I usually quiz my refs to make sure that they know what the most recent rule changes are and also what my favorite color is.
Yeah. I
Just in
don't know
case.
if I know your favorite color.
You're
You
fired.
didn't pay attention. 7:30.
You didn't? No, this definitely never came up. I would absolutely remember this.
Well, I know what Gwen's favorite color
It's
is.
true. Thomas does.
It's just like redacted. I'm being left out of the loop again.
Well, if you were at the 6:30 Gwen's
Yoga
favorite
session?
color meeting, you would have known.
Yeah. All the
I'm
builders were there.
coming from Boston every trip, guys. It takes me a long time to get there.
He reads her stuff.
It's that public transportation. You really got to get going on that.
Yeah, my public transport
It's
is
Jeremy's car.
it's
She's
Jeremy's
exaggerating.
car. Yeah, my public transport's Jeremy's car.
You really need to label this show, the episode title, it should be redacted.
Yeah.
Redacted featuring Gwen and Libby.
And I'll make a new logo, and I'll just have our Havoc. We have to give him a name. I don't think we've ever given him a name. It's technically Sparky, but I think we should have our own name for our guy. But just the
Spunky.
redacted, like the black.
Yeah, across the mouth.
bar.
Yo.
Who wants to go next?
So, besides having each other, what makes you laugh the most at cage side, and who brings your favorite antics?
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't say Gwen.
Can't say Gwen.
No, you can't. We all know the answer is Gwen, so you can't say Gwen.
Ooh.
There are always like certain team themes that I always look forward to, but I was actually telling them at the last time I saw them, the folks from Dutch Oven. I remember back at the All Stars event in December. So it just kept building out throughout the day. That every time that I would ask them, like, Dutch Oven, are you ready? The first one would look at me, and then like they have a chain of like 3 or 4 people on their transmitter, and they would just go, "Hey, are you ready? Hey, are you ready?" Just down their own chain, and then the last one would say, "Yeah," and then they would do it all the way back up the chain and then say it to me. And every time it was like an Alvin and the Chipmunks type thing. It was incredible. So like
God.
at the beginning of the day, I was like, why did it take them so long? But by the end of the day, I was just like, all right, guys, are y'all ready?
Oh man.
Down the line, up the line.
Honestly, our other ref Nick, also a character.
Oh, he's great.
He's
Oh
so
my
funny.
gosh. Big Nick fan, personally.
Yeah.
Is Nick the one on Bloodsport, right? He's the one that's on,
Yeah.
Okay, that's I was picturing. I was like, yeah, that's Nick, the one that's on Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think
Nick's
Nick's
awesome.
probably one of the most well-dressed refs that I've seen.
Yeah. Blazer.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah. No, I don't know. You can't go wrong with the zebra ones. I feel like that's
It's tough.
Oh,
It's
true.
tough.
Yeah.
Between zebra onesies, suits of chainmail, I try to bring my A game whenever I can. But there's just something really nice about just a tasteful blazer, you know? I respect it. Game recognized game.
Game recognized game.
You gotta get a referee tuxedo now.
I think that's just a Beetlejuice costume at this point.
You gotta
That is a
get-
Beetlejuice
Yeah,
costume.
Jeremy was definitely showing us a Beetlejuice costume last event, telling us, "Hey, this is what you should wear for the next event."
Honestly, it could work.
Right. You want to grab next one?
When are we going to see you guys as competitors?
So I have
Multi-bot?
actually in front of me on my computer right now is half-finished CAD for Jackalope, which is my beetle.
Nice.
It's so anybody who's been to my apartment can tell you there's a rabbit motif throughout the entire thing. So of course I've got to extend that into my robots. I've even got I got the most important thing out of the way first by doing a graphic design for the team name before anything else.
Oh,
For sure.
You design.
Because it's based off of an old graphic design project that I did way back when for school. But now Jackalope is a two weaponed robot, as the name sort of suggests. Part lifter, part vert, all horns. But
I
like
would say
it. That's awesome.
I was gonna say Ryan was about to grab Pocket, but Ryan and I both have rabbits.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh, I had no idea.
What?
Yeah.
yeah, we both have rabbits. Ryan's
Like
got a
the-
black and white named Pocket, and mine is a I don't know what he is. He's more wild looking. His name is Jasper. But yeah, we both
Oh
have
my
rabbits.
gosh.
That's fantastic. I'm
That's
so happy.
so sweet.
Mine's all the way downstairs, so I'll send you a picture of him later. But that's awesome. Yeah, we
Please,
both
yeah,
love
yeah.
rabbits.
Oh my
Then you'll
goodness.
love Jackalope.
What color is Jackalope?
Jackalope is going to be probably
Gosh,
probably black, white, and orange. If I'm looking
Nice,
at
nice.
most of the parts that I have, I'm sort of doing whatever off the shelf parts I have first, and then oh my gosh, there's a rabbit on my screen now.
Oh my god, there's a rabbit!
Oh my goodness!
Allow me to
hello.
narrate for the audio.
Oh
On the
my
screen,
God.
Ryan currently has a mostly white with black spots rabbit. It is twitching its little nose and flapping its little ears up and down.
So cute.
It is
I'm
a
fawning
very
right now,
soft-looking
man.
Rabbit, and Gwen has a massive, happy face on it.
Thomas, you need to do audiobooks. I'm just telling you, you need to do audiobooks.
Yeah.
Pocket
Oh my
is
gosh.
a 6-year-old Minnie Newfoundland?
Mini
or
Lop.
something?
Mini Lop. Yeah.
Yeah, she was originally, I thought she was a boy, and then she went back and forth. There are multiple different vets gave her different, but she is, I brought her home originally in my pocket, and that's why her name is Pocket.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
adorable.
my
she
gosh.
lives in my office in her
That's
own
so-
like big sanctuary kind
Oh,
of
I love
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mine
I
has
love Pocket.
his own room. He has a room. Well, he shares it with some other things, but he has his own room.
She's very annoyed right now. I'm putting her back to go back to sleep.
That's fair.
And
Bye,
if you would like to
Pocket.
see a
I
picture
love
of
you
Pocket,
forever.
you can join the Havoc Rundown Discord.
Yeah,
Just
I'll
ask
put it out.
any of us, and we'll get you an invite, and you'll be able to see that picture of Pocket.
I'll put it under the episode when we post it too. in the
Oh,
review.
please.
I'm just telling you, Thomas, you need to do narration for stuff because, like, your voice, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it lends itself to narration.
You're so right.
We have a couple of questions. What steps would you take? Well, I'm going to skip that one. What is the craziest things that has ever happened before a fight started at the cage?
If it's not Libby's getting killed by Tombstone,
Well, that was after, but yeah, I guess that fits the bill.
No, that was
the fight.
before. That was before the fight.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Well, then Libby's her
Yep,
answer.
I would say that is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me.
I don't know,
before a
Gwen, you got
fight.
anything to follow it up with?
I don't think I could really top that. I don't think. I mean, like the first place my brain went was like all the times that like I see like, oh man, yep, there's a jet engine spooling up, and I need to try to scream over the sounds as if I'm
Oh,
running after an airplane in like a 1980s rom-com, trying to get the love of my life to stop the plane. Like,
No, don't leave!
Alright,
Yeah, no.
What's it like working with all the cameras around?
I usually forget they're there, except for when I'm tripping over one of them.
That's going to be even worse in the bowl, right?
The bowl is
gonna-
worse. The bowl is
Yeah.
so much worse when it
Yeah,
comes
it's
to.
tougher.
And for some reason, some of them are using these corded cameras now, and I just keep tripping over the cord.
Same.
Oh, and there was one time one of the camera people accidentally hit the tap out button during a match. That one was that was kind of
that was a
awkward.
fun one.
I think I know why they were using cords. I think that's a behind the scenes thing that happens. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's more stable for the feed. It's just
Sure,
one more
sure,
thing
sure.
to try to keep track of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
I
though,
also
like,
just feel-
eventually you
I
just sort
just
of get
feel-
used to them.
I also just like feel kind of bad because one of the camera people is like right next to me, and I am screaming, and I'm like, I think you're gonna need to take like 3 steps to the side unless you would like to go deaf in that ear.
Sorry, yeah.
Do you have any favorite memories from an event day that really stand out to you?
Oh gosh, I do love like there's certain fights, and I can't remember a lot of the time. I can't remember if I'm reffing it or if I'm as head ref just sort of shadowing somebody, because there's certain matches that you want to shadow and make sure that things are going well during it, because like whether it's a final or something that has bigger implications in a bracket, like I try to, even if I'm not actively refereeing a fight, I try to be there to make sure that like if something strange comes up, like we have quick support.
Gwen likes to keep an eye on me.
You mean like that
make-
fight from last event where Redacted fought Redacted?
Yeah, and then they redacted
Yep.
all over the place. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's redacting time. And then,
It's Redacted.
yeah, I remember though being cage side for Synthesis versus Booty Degree, and that's it for me. Just like being just near that fight. I don't even think I was reffing it if I remember correctly, but just being cage side, like, because that's one of the other benefits of being referee. Like, in addition to like being, I guess, intimately like a part of the event itself, like you're in the clockwork. but like you're cage side for almost every fight, and
Yeah.
later on in the day especially, that means like you're getting to see some really incredible things happening in front of you.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I've only been doing this for a little over a year now, and the novelty is not yet worn off. Like, the explosiveness, like, just the craziness of some of these robots fighting, it just, like, hasn't worn off on me yet. And so it's just kind of awesome. And I worked really hard to keep my, like, serious ref face, because the entire time, like, on the inside, I'm just like, oh my god! I'm like, holy crap, so
That's pretty awesome.
I wonder sometimes if it's like that for the heavyweight refs too. If because
Gwen,
I
you're
know
the
that-
heavyweight ref.
No, like on like
Hey.
BattleBot.
Oh, like on the oh,
I
that
think she
heavyweight.
meant heavyweight as far as like skill.
Yeah, I meant it as skilled. You meant it as like
oh, I meant it like the weight
250
class.
pound. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
like
yeah.
like because I know that
Boss.
we definitely see a greater volume of fights. I think just
Mhm.
because of the sheer number of
No
events
doubt.
and like participants at any. But like at the same time, I think that if you put me cage side at like a proper battle box over in Vegas, I would probably like watch 2 or 3 hits and then forget that I was wearing a striped shirt.
Yeah. I don't know though. Sometimes the beetles are always get me the most. Like they're just so small and they are just go everywhere.
Yeah, they're always so surprising. Like yeah.
I'm always shocked at one, how much damage they can usually take, and just like how they just go absolutely flying all over the cage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like honestly, even more than that, like the reaction time of some of these drivers to be able to keep up with that and then outfox each other while
Easy.
going up against somebody with just as much dexterity, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like I think it was Red Panda and Eruption a couple events back. I remember watching that fight and it was just zipping back and forth the entire time. It was
I just go away every time I watch a Chainsaw Kitty match.
yeah. Also yeah.
I think that's the interesting thing. Like we watched the fight, but like you guys actually get to see the drivers like reactions and everything else like that
I
outside
love
the cage.
seeing
Like,
how yeah.
like that's actually something really cool that we normally don't see on the stream.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
love
they're
seeing-
focused on the box.
Yeah. Because everybody of course comments on like Jameson goes like how he gets stanced up and does like
Yeah.
the nice like lean and everything. Everybody comments on that, but like there are some builders that really, really get into it, and there's others too. Like Jeff Waters, I remember every time that he came cage side with Supreme Ruler, he literally just had a stool that he would pull up. He would sit down, and I don't think he moved a single muscle outside of his thumbs for the next 3 minutes. It was incredible. Just a man of sheer focus.
Who else does that? Who else sits because of their height? Peter.
Peter
Yes.
Ganache, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because he's the tallest person in the room at all times.
Well, that's what I said. It's because of his height. It's
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to be towering over the box. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Rim from Chainsaw Kitty also sits all the time.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, Rim.
Yep, as of this past event.
Radical.
The final one we have is which team or robot that does not currently have merch would you like to have merch?
This is really good because I
I don't
so-
have a good answer for that because I don't have any merch.
You don't have any merch? You don't have
What
any
else?
NH.
I wish. All I have are my NHRL shirts that I get when I forget mine.
You gotta ask Jimmy.
builders.
Yeah,
We
you gotta
currently
ask
Merch
have
list.
a referee without any merch. If you would like to influence their decisions in current matches upcoming, please give Libby merch.
I
You can
do
also-
take bribes.
yeah.
As a ref, I will
That's
say I
true.
do. I will take bribes. I've never
But
been
only if
offered,
they're really
but I
good.
will. But they have to be good.
Personally, I'm a fiend for a cool jacket.
Oh my
So,
god!
like-
if someone got me a jacket like Gwen's Hypershock jacket, you know,
I
it doesn't
love-
have to be Hypershock. It can be anything. But if it's a jacket like that, you will win every match I
The
ref.
opponent's gonna be driving around. It's like, I need you to show motion. What is moving? Show motion. Are you the ref? Didn't think so.
Yeah, I know. So I love the Hypershock jacket, of course. I've also got the P1 jacket from a couple years back. I know Ashley's shaking her head. She's also got one. We always match on safety nights. It's great.
I
But,
wear
like,
that thing so much.
yeah, it's like the perfect winter jacket for me.
It really
Like, I
is.
love an arm pocket very much. I've also been eyeing up those. I see those like the cropped bombers from Valkyrie, and I'm a big
Oh
fan.
my
but
god,
I've never
those are
seen
so
those are
cute
cool.
too.
Yeah, I'm
just
honestly,
saying.
like,
I'm just saying, teams. If you like me roughing, donate a jacket.
I think the bot I'd like to see most get like a nice sick jacket as merch though. I'd love to see a Jackalope bomber one day.
That sounds like something you could make
I was gonna say, that
happen.
sounds like
So
a
You gotta
used-
immanentize your eschaton, man. You know what they say.
oh,
All right, we're
okay.
gonna get on to the actual like competition, see what's going on.
Yeah, so how I felt that I was going to do this is I was going to read out each of the groups, just so we remember who is in each group, and then who won the 2 bots that advanced out of those groups. And then we can kind of talk very shortly about any kind of standout matches from those groups that we wanted to talk about. So we'll just go down 3 pound, 12 pound, 30 pound, because that's kind of how we did all day. That's how we ran the event. Group A, 3 pound, was Chainsaw Kitty, Sombra 3, Subtraction, and Trick or Beater. And of course, the 2 bots that advanced from this group was Chainsaw Kitty and Sombra 3. So we can't talk about anything that happened after the group, but does anyone have any standout fights from this group?
I do
Honestly,
remember oh, yeah,
Any
please.
Sombra match was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was one that a lot of people were kind of sleeping on during the day, like during the earlier in the day. But that was a really awesome beetle.
I remember something for me that really set the tone of sort of how the whole day was going. Real early in the morning, like one of the first fights of the day, Chainsaw Kitty versus Subtraction, where Kitty just decapitates Subtraction.
right.
Just
Yeah.
hub motor split in half. And
Yep.
like credit to Seth, Subtraction was still like going around for a while after that too, but just a couple quick hits and just disarmed, and then it was all but over, honestly. That really sums up sort of how the day went, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A very brutal time.
Yeah.
Really just brutal cats.
Well, I mean, that just shows Seth's build quality.
Absolutely.
And just his kit, because it was a kit bot that had the weapon on top. So if the weapon got taken off, he's like, well, I'm still a control bot. I can still do what this bot does. So
Yeah. I mean, and for that version of Subtraction too, he had the full aluminum billet chassis. So it was even more so, like, he just keeps iterating, and like, he has these offshoots that he refines further and further. And it's really, really interesting to see, like, how he figures out to say, oh, maybe if I take this concept, do a left turn here, go down the road there, and all of a sudden you've got something that's something new.
yeah. Yep, it's what Seth is good at. It's a superpower. This was a good group, and of course we love the Chainsaw Kitty came out of it. We're big fans of Chainsaw Kitty and the Brazilian, so very cool. Group B was Lynx, Project Liftoff, Pine Victus, and Positively Hysterical, with Lynx and Project Liftoff moving on to the bracket. And of course
I
we have
just
to
got
talk.
this about
Yep.
Positively Hysterical.
I was literally about to say that.
Survived.
That
all
was
3
the
fights.
ending of my sentence.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Positively Hysterical went 3 minutes in 2 of its matches. Like, it was
It was
incredible.
insane.
Yeah, it made me so happy. Even though Tom didn't move on, he still won our hearts
Two
again.
more brutal
We-
cats in that group.
We literally he walked up the stairs after, I think it was a Project Liftoff fight, and it's like Project Liftoff hit you so many times and it just bounced and came back and bounced and came back. And I think Tony, you were like, "What is that thing made out of?" Like, what did you print
It's
that out?
crazy. I think I was reffing one of the. I think I was reffing that fight, and just like watching you would just like take off like Paul's nose, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Is this it?" And it just kept going.
Yeah,
I did love the moment where I think it was Liftoff knocks off that front armor plate from Paws with the little face drawn on it, and there was
Yeah.
another face underneath.
Yeah. I have such
He kept
mixed
coming up
feelings.
and weighing it. And like, oh, I got a little more weight. Let me stick this on it.
I have such mixed feelings about Project Liftoff because it's such a cool bot and it makes the worst noise
It
imaginable.
does.
yeah.
It does.
I love how
There was one time that Jim really wanted to test the robot. I think this was during All Stars, and they were downstairs trying to record something or something like that. I'm like, Jim, oh yeah, it's fine. We'll just put you in a box off to the side. It'll be fine. No one will hear you all the way from cage 8. They're all over at the main stage. They won't hear anything. And I'm like, I let Jim spin up a little bit in the box, and then I hear over the radio, hey, what's that noise? Who's got Project Liftoff? Why is there this noise going on? I'm like, Jim, we have to stop. We have to stop. It's too loud.
It's kind of like when a cat hears a door open, they immediately run towards it so they can escape. Anytime you hear that Project Liftoff sound, anyone who's heard it knows. There's no safety is hiding something.
Yeah,
it's literally like the robotic sound of whir. Like that's like that, just that whir. It's like whir, like that's all I can think about. But yeah, so that was awesome. Group C was Eruption, Dutch Oven, Fun Size, and Franklin. If I say any of these names wrong and we have to correct it, I'll just, because some of these were changed, and I think this is the original list, but that's fine. So again, Group C, Eruption, Dutch Oven, Fun Size, and Franklin, with Eruption and Fun Size moving on.
Franklin was the one that got absolutely melted, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
blowing out for Franklin, absolute champions.
Yeah.
They might have lost the fight, but they won the not tapping out when your entire bot is in the liquid state.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could have tapped out at any time during that fight, and they were like, "Come on, you know, everyone wants to see it." Like,
I kept looking over at them. I was like, "Do you want to tap out? Like, they're still engaging. I can't count you out, man." He was like, "No, let them go."
They were pretty much like, if we're going down, we're taking the entire cage with us.
Yeah.
And that they did.
Yep, they did. Yeah. Wasn't there like a mark, like a perfect like scorch mark of Franklin, like that C shape on the floor?
It was like a cartoon silhouette. Franklin got Looney Tunes.
I remember after that fight when they were trying to swap the floor, I kept telling all the guys who were coming to like start swapping out different parts of the cage. I'm like, don't touch the parts yet; they're still so hot. And one of them just like tries to pick it up, and I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, that's hot.
Yeah,
just a little bit. It's just a little toasty.
I remember in the pre-show we were talking about what Fun Size was going to do when he fought Dutch Oven, and he came out with metal wheels. He had metal wheels for it.
Oh yeah, no, he was prepared, and yeah, he did really well in that fight. I think my biggest surprise here was the fact that Dutch Oven did not make the bracket. I think a lot of people were surprised that they didn't make the bracket because, you know, they came away with the win in All Stars. So, I don't know, it was pretty surprising.
Alex Grant like midday, and I was like, how are you doing? And he's like, I'm 0-2, and I was just like, I looked at him and I was like, what? Not having a great day. I was like, all right.
We allowed people to be prepared, and people came prepared. So that's what happens. Group D in 3 pounds: Beetlejuice, Chubby Unicorn, Camino, and Honey Spark. With Beetlejuice and Chubby Unicorn coming out of this group, which, you know, amazing fights. So,
wait. Say that robot's name one more time.
Which one?
No.
Well, you said it twice already.
Oh no! I'm not falling for that. I will not say Beetlejuice again.
There were so many good fights that came out of this group. Like, Beetlejuice was like so worried about Chubby going into the day. Like, I talked to Ariel early on, and I was like, Ariel, like, I'm like, it's just Tim. Like, he's not even prepared. Like, he didn't even know where his third robot was. So I was like, you're gonna be fine. Like, it's gonna be great. And she like came away and she goes, I bent his weapon. And I was like, see? I was like, I told you. Like, there were so many good fights out of him. Like, yeah, like, it's just him. Like, Camino versus Chubby at, like, towards the end of the afternoon, like, both of those were, like, just going at it, like, just such good quality fights out of all 4 of these robots.
Group A of 12 pounds: Psycho, Caldera 12, Nightcrawler, and RoboCat, with Psycho and Caldera 12 coming out of this. You know, of course, Jameson Go. Amazing that Psycho came out of this, but let's just, you know, Glenn Boxel, just amazing. Like, Caldera 12 coming out of this. Like, he had some amazing fights.
Those were the 2 that could have gone.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we called that in our pre-show, or we should say Christine's pre-show, the pre-show we did with, you know. But I'm pretty sure most of us called those 2 coming out of that, but it was so awesome to see.
Nightcrawler versus Psycho was incredible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Gosh, yeah.
Straight up incredible. I love JMO, but that match was just awesome, and Pete was so happy after the fact. Like, JMO broke his beater. Like, it cracked.
Yeah.
But, like, just the match itself was just absolutely back and forth. Like, just such good showing from two, like, really solid veterans.
Okay, moving on. Group B of 12-pound Maximizer, Blue Marlin, King Size, and Sweep.
Marlin?
Say that again?
R.I.P. Blue Marlin.
Oh, yes.
Bob,
Tragic.
for your loss.
All the king's fishes and all the king's men.
If we just add that Lego breaking sound effect to the podcast,
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, Blue Marlin, we watched it, what was it, last event? We watched it, or was that, no, that was New Bots.
Qualified in January.
We watched it get hit, and like, it was so resilient, that entire event. And then, I'm not sure, he said he used, I think, like, nylon. He changed it.
He changed to a printed nylon.
Yeah, a nylon
This was a
blends.
completely different bot from that time because every single time got absolutely torn apart, and I'm like, all right, that's it. I will not see them for the rest of the day. But
Yeah.
And then he kept coming
they kept
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
Really
to Jaren. He, like, taped Blue Marlin back together multiple times.
Definitely speaks to Bob's preparation too, to have those spares ready to go. And like, see, honestly, like, one thing I will say, seeing the insides of Blue Marlin like that did give me the opportunity to like really look at, like, Bob did a really good job making the drive system really modular and like repairable, which definitely gave him the opportunity to get back in for that third fight. So
Yeah.
props there.
That's something that just keeps astounding me is all I'm seeing. I don't go to the pits that often because I'm always cage side, and so I just keep seeing these bots get absolutely wrecked, and then maybe an hour later I'll see them and it's a completely new bot. I'm like, what happened up there? Like, who's
See, you
doing
don't get the
witchcraft up in the
What
pits?
happened
Like,
in the pits?
Libby,
You just
you
went
don't
fishing
get the
again.
experience of us going up to them and going, okay, well, your next fight is in 20 minutes. Where are you? And them holding up a pile of parts.
Some parts
Just
go-
like, this is where the bot is. And we literally
I
have
gotta
to
put
go,
my top plate
well,
on.
do your best.
That was my first job at NHRL. I've been in the pit, in the trenches with you.
Trenches.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a pile of parts. Like, do your best. And then, like, the amount of times that we have been astounded where it's like, it's a pile of parts, and then 20 minutes later, they're like, here's a robot that works. We're like, how did you do that?
Trenches mentioned. Jake mentioned.
Yeah.
Check.
So Group C was Chupacabra, Battletot, Pigeon, and Milk Tank. Chupacabra and Pigeon came out of this. Of course, well, we're not an NHRL. Pigeon was Bobby, of course.
Pigeon,
and
Thomas and I actually discussed this at the match, during the match. Pigeon
We
was
figured
not
it out.
Bobby because it had a beak and a bow.
oh,
And
okay.
Bobby has
I-
a frowny face.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
true.
The specifications. I missed the specifications.
It's
You
an
Sorry.
gotta
entirely
fill out your
brand
Billy
new
decks,
robot.
man.
It's one of the evolutions.
Yeah, I think my biggest disappointment here was Battletots. I love Battletots. I love Kevin and Matt, and I don't know. They keep on making them better, and I'm really hoping that they're able to bring it back and just win a category with that. So we'll see. But I would love to see Battletots, maybe more added to that roster, and just see where it goes from there.
I just hope that the same force does not find itself in the spare parts bin again.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Chupacabra, the Brazilians taking that category with Pigeon. It was pretty good. Nice. Milk Tank doing a good job. That's all I got to say about that group. Yeah, finding it very hard to like stop myself before I say
Yeah.
too much. Again, shout out to Gil. We're trying our hardest here.
Trying so hard.
They can't
Group-
redact us if we redact ourselves first.
Yeah. Group D of the 12s, Timber Viper. Well, not
Promheta.
Timber Viper. Promheta.
No.
Sorry, there's my first mistake. Promheta, Bumble Blitz, Grim Reaper 12, and Yob Knoll. Of course, Grim Reaper 12 and Yob Knoll came out of this group. And
Big shout out to Promita for filling in last minute, though.
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
getting the purple and well color scheme.
yeah. Yeah, Zach came prepared, and Promheda did really well. It didn't make the brackets, but still, it was a last-minute addition. He did not have as much of a lead-up time as everyone else did, but he was told, hey, we need you to do this, and he just all gun blazing, so... Mm-hmm. I mean, Ashley can speak more on it. You talk to Zach all the time, so...
Yeah, Zach didn't get much sleep that week, but he did get it done. Shout out to Kevin. I hope you're feeling better. But yeah, I'm so glad that, Zach got in a car, drove 7 hours, and then had to fight one of his own team defective members. So that's how our week went, and it was great. But I mean, these are all really solid robots. They all put out really good matches. Like, it was cool to see Chris bring Yob back from where Yob was as a dumpster winner in the past. So it's a cool group, but not an ideal week in everyone's eyes.
Yes. Okay, so moving on to Group A and 30 pounds. I did change both of the names in this group correctly. Mulsey, Supersize, Goose, and Floor Letter Word were in this group, with Mulsey and Floor Letter Word coming out of it. Of course, Mulsey just demolished in every single fight it was in, which, he always does. So, but Floor Letter Word, he did amazingly. I know at one point, we were speaking of bots that were in pieces at one point. He turned around and was like, this thing is destroyed. And, oh, nope, but he got it working, so.
Alex is another one of those people that just always makes it work. And no matter when I see him at events too, he's always just very pleasant to talk to, just as a side thing. We
love him. He comes up to the pit desk all the time and starts the conversation with us, so we love talking to him. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, this was the one where I was talking to, I can't think of his name, but what Supersize. And he's like, every time you go in there, we just get literally annihilated every single fight. It was like, I thought he had a good chance in this one, but that fight just got destroyed every fight.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of destroyed, Group B was Vorion, Pepe Sylvia, Smack-a-Lantern, and Crack. This was... Brandon did so well, and I felt so bad that he was getting as destroyed as he was, because we love Brandon. We love all of his robots, and just to see Vorion just on the back foot all the time, I just felt so bad. I wanted Brandon to do so much better. But
redemption arc incoming.
Yeah, but Pepe Sylvia. Can we talk about Pepe Sylvia for a second?
Oh my God.
Shout out to Luke.
I mean, again, we might have to redact this, but we literally thought that Pepe broke the cage at one point.
Yeah. I think it was Newbots was the first time he brought it to NHRL. And I think at Newbots it had a lot of gremlins, and it didn't work like we thought it was going to work. And then he brought it this time, and it's like, it's holy crap, it's working exactly how it's supposed to, and that thing is scary.
It's very scary.
Pepe has upgraded from just shambling around the box to also just lunging at you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's gone from just the Michael Myers stalking you from wherever you are in the box to all of a sudden, oh God, it's just covered 30 feet in the span of a quarter of a second. How is he doing this?
Teleports behind you.
Honestly, Pepe's gonna be in my kitchen by the end of this episode.
Gwen, whatever you do, don't look behind you.
Pepe is right behind me, isn't he?
Okay, so last two groups. Group C, Colossal Avian, Knockoff White, Synthesis 30, and B-Force. The one I wanted to bring up here is Synthesis 30. Corey did so well, and he had so many issues trying to get that bot to work correctly. I mean, which fight? I think it was the Knockoff White fight where he just pushed him up against the edge of the thing, and he wasn't able to get off, and then he hit one of the panels, and it cracked, and that was it. And it just felt like he just ran into so much bad luck this event, and I felt so bad. I wanted to see Synthesis 30 just rip through stuff. I wanted to see a Synthesis 30 versus Mulsey fight. That's what I really wanted to see.
Yes.
I see a lot of spinning metal hitting each other. That's it.
Yeah.
This was also
I will say... I was gonna say, I was a big fan of the Colossal Avian guys. They were so nice cage side, and they were super excited. And they always have their one guy with a laptop, like checking the stats. And I don't think they showed this on the stream, but like when you're standing next to them, you can hear one of them being like, "Oh guys, the weapon, it's getting too hot. Turn the weapon down." Like they're like continuously monitoring the stats at the bottom. I just think that's so cool.
Yeah,
I remember asking them once before they went out. I'm like, how many people do you have on your team? They're like, 4. How many transmitters do you have? 2. No, plus the laptop. We need the laptop. I'm like, okay, go.
Well, that's like every time I saw him with a laptop, all I could think was Pearl with Bloodsport. Just keeping track of like
Flatline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that thing so much.
Well, this was also a special rule with this event, was we didn't have any like mini bots. They were only the 2 multi bots, and they had to be like the only reason because like there was a big thing with B-Force, and they had to be within like a few ounces of each other to actually be there.
50 for
so you had to knock out both of them, which was a thing of contention at some points.
Yes, I remember it being a contention at one point. I know what you're talking about, Sony. I know what you're talking about. And then finally, Group D, Yahoo, Jubilee. I think I'm saying that right. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong, and I always feel like 3 different people saying it different ways. And I'm like, am I saying it wrong, or are they saying it wrong? So Yahoo, Jubilee, Barbie and Ken, and Mr. Roper.
That's a Roper.
Yes,
I love Mr. Roper. They never buckle the suitcase down, and so I used to see it flap open in the middle of the match.
Yapping is trapping. I want to point out that just on the spreadsheet that we have in front of us for keeping track of things, Mr. Roper's weapon is just listed as Moxie.
Yep.
Which what else can you hope for a hometown hero like that, you know?
Yeah. I think one of my saddest moments was when Mr. Roper's arm got torn off. I don't remember which fight that was. I know it was during the live stream, but when his arm was torn off. It was not torn off, but it was like popped out. Like so one of them, I think maybe it was Jubilee, but someone hit the socket. Someone hit it, and it popped the arm off, and one of the arms stopped working. I don't remember which fight it was, but I remember it was like Mr. Roper was doing so well, and then one of the arms got torn off, and then he was just like one-arming the entire rest of the fight.
You can take the Roper out of the man. Wait, no, the other way around.
Okay.
This is my favorite piece of merch because there's only like 2 of them or 3 of them that it exists.
The Roper oven mitts.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, Mr. Roper oven mitts.
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah.
For the listeners, there's a Mr. Roper oven mitt on the screen right now. And Gwen has a boxing mitt, a Mr. Roper sign.
I've been graced with the Roper Ref Rumble golden boxing mitt, and it sits atop my Sparky on my.
Who won the Ref Rumble?
Awesome.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I think Gwen won the Ref Rumble.
That's exactly correct. I did.
That's why I got the boxing glove.
I kicked Alex right in the Roper.
Yeah, you did.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Are we allowed to
you
say
did.
that? Can we say that on this podcast? Or we have to bleep that out?
You can
I
bleep it
believe
if you
so,
want
yeah.
to. Bleep me if you got it.
Okay, so those were all the preliminary fights, and let's just talk about the bracket. Let's just go into the bracket. Yeah. So
why not?
So the first fight of the bracket.
Oops! This part of the podcast is currently missing because we are being threatened by Positively Hysterical due to some NDA stuff. We're really sorry for any inconvenience, but don't worry, it'll be back and ready for action once the redaction period is up. Stay tuned.
And that's who won 3-pound, 12-pound, and 30-pound of the brackets. It was an awesome event. I'm glad we were able to talk about that. Sorry, Gil. I apologize for us leaking all of that information, but yeah.
I thought they banned chemical weapons.
So as you probably already know, anyone that listens to this, we work with Robots Ruin My Life, and they're amazing. You probably heard the commercial that we have, so make sure to, if you need any kind of merch, to go over to robotsruinmylife.com and support Tony and all of his robot merch that is there. He has some amazing things. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/havoc-rundown. And we have a Pantheon as well. I don't have the link on me right now, but we are going to be Patreon. Sorry. I said
is it a Pantheon or a Patreon?
We have a Patreon that we're going to be putting some exclusive content up. We're planning on doing some, maybe some D&D campaigns and stuff like that we're going to be putting on the Patreon. So stay tuned for that. On the Parthenon, yes. And that, my fellow bot enthusiasts, wraps up another thrilling episode of Havoc Rundown. We have talked to Libby and Gwen about what it means to be a referee, how they got into it, some of their favorite fights, some of their amazing moments, why Libby almost died being a referee. We talked about that. Before we sign off, a massive shout out to our incredible listeners. Your passion for robot combat fuels the gears of this podcast, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. As we power down for now, remember to subscribe, rate, and leave your comments. Let us know your favorite moments from today's episode and the events that we all share, and share your thoughts on the world of robot combat. We love hearing from you. Stay tuned for more electrifying interviews, behind-the-scenes insights, and the latest from the National Havoc Robot League. Until next time, this is the Pick Control crew signing off from the Havoc Rundown. Keep the sparks flying, and may your gears always turn in your favor. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. We'll see you all in just over a week.
Good night or day.